Today, prompted by the recent reissue of the complete At Midnight sessions, Jazz Library focuses on trumpeter and bandleader Harry Edison. This is Blue Lou, a piece associated with Sweets and his long-term employer, Count Basie, but this version comes from that newly reissued album under Harry Edison's own name on the Lone Hill label. The trumpet chase chorus harks back to a long-term Basie idea of competitive jousts between players, and it features Sweets, who plays first, and fellow trumpeter Shorty Sherrock. Blue Lou, Harry Edison's band from the complete At Midnight sessions on Lone Hill, and that's issued together with Charlie Shaver's contemporaneous disc At Riverside. I met Harry Edison when he was here in Britain with Lionel Hampton in 1992, and we had the chance to talk then, for Radio 3, about his vast catalogue of recorded work, which began back in the mid-30s, well before he landed his famous job with Basie.
I was with Lucky Milliner, the first band I was with in New York. I played with him for about 6 or 7 months, and then I went with Count Basie.
Now, I heard a story that the Basie band was actually cut by the Milliner band in a battle of music in Baltimore once. Is that true?
I would say yes, because we had Charlie Shavers, we had Don Byas, had some great musicians in the band, and Lucky had a good band. He had a wonderful group. But that was quite an event that night, you know, because we really did give Basie a wonderful go for it that night, you know. And at that time, they used to have bands playing against each other like two prize fighters, so that was very popular in those days, that bands would have battle of music against each other. It was great. It was great.
Rhythm Jam from the first recording session Harry Edison made with Lucky Millinder in February 1937. You get a sense from that of the reasons why the band could outdo Basie on its day, with sparkling piano from Billy Kyle, alto from Tab Smith, and all three trumpets on display, Harry Edison taking the first solo, Bama Warwick spitting out the high notes over the ensemble, and Charlie Shavers taking that intricate ending. That's on the Mills Blue Rhythm Band, 1936-7, on the Classics label.
And right after that, the band broke up because I went with Basie, and I think Billy Kyle went with John Kirby, Charlie Shavers went with John Kirby, and most of the guys left. And consequently, Lucky's band, the good band, broke up because I think that was his best band, you know.
Yes, after that he got together with Frankie Fairfax's band.
I think so, yes, yes. I'm not quite an authority on that. You're better than I am on that because I can't remember. I was so busy in those days, I can't remember what was what, really, you know. But I had a good time. I had a wonderful time.
You must have had a great time with the other trumpeters in the band. I mean, Shavers must have been an interesting guy to play
Oh,
alongside.
yeah, he was. He was very interesting and a marvelous trumpet player. He was one of the greats. He was one of the giants, you know. And so was Don Byas.
Tab Smith?
Tab Smith was in the band. There were quite a few guys in the band. Danny Barker was in the band. I can't remember the personnel right now. It's been so long ago.
Camp Meeting Jamboree, that's the final record that Sweets Edison made with Lucky Millinder and the Mills Blue Rhythm Band in July 1937, and it comes from that same Classics 1936-7 issue. Sweets took the opening muted chorus and the later open trumpet solo, which had his characteristic device of repeating the same note with different inflections. This was going to be a contrasting and immediately recognisable style when he came to join Count Basie's band later that year, because it needed somebody to sound different from the very distinctive star trumpeter who was already there.
Buck Clayton was in the band when I joined the band. Ed Lewis, Perez, Lester Young, Joe Jones, Freddie Green. I was the last one to join the original band. Only had 3 trumpets, 2 trombones, 4 saxophones, and 4 rhythm. But Buck and all the rest of the guys left Kansas City with Count Basie. And I took a youngster's place named Bobby Moore, wonderful guy. He was only about 18 years old, and he had a little difficulty mentally, but he was fantastic. He was a fantastic trumpet player.
Did you write a lot of material?
Quite a bit. I did a lot of things in the Basie band. I wrote a lot of Every Tub, Used to Be Basie, yes, Walking with Sweets.